Miss Sanchez, you say today's DNA results mean everything. You are spiritually married to the defendant, but claim his denial that he fathered your 8-month-old son has stopped him from legally marrying you. You need paternity proof to save this relationship. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Turman, you doubt you are Jordan's father and say your marriage is not a real legal marriage, and it won't be unless Ms. Sanchez stops lying to you. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Sanchez, why is today's result so important to you?
It's important to me to save my marriage with my husband because this has gone on for 2 years of accusations and lies, and the fact that he doesn't trust me. It's very hurtful, and it means a lot to me today that we prove once and for all that he's the father of my son and put it all to bed after this.
Why are you here, Mr. Turman?
I'm here because, like she said, we got married, but I couldn't go through with it because there's too many trust issues. And I feel like if you don't have trust, you can't go forward with the relationship, and I don't believe he's mine. So I want to find out.
So this paternity question literally has your marriage, your legal marriage, on hold.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You refuse to move forward, and you're basically living in not just legal limbo, but also love limbo.
Yes, and I think it's so important for a child to have both parents to grow up in a functional household.
Mr. Turman, can you please tell the court, how did you meet Miss Sanchez?
Well, we met on Tinder, and I'm swiping, and I came across her profile, and I super liked. So super like is when it goes directly to them, so they know somebody likes you. And so she liked me back, we connected. We were supposed to hang out the first night, and she declined because she was with somebody else she met from Tinder. So the second night is when we actually hung out. She came over, we had some drinks, one thing led to another, and we had sex the first night.
The first night you met?
Yes, it was the first night.
That's definitely a super swipe, super like, whatever you called it. Okay, so you meet and you have sex the first night.
Yes, ma'am.
Unprotected?
Yes.
Miss Sanchez, I have to ask you, because he said you went on a date before, were you dating multiple men at the time?
No.
But when you met Mr. Turman, he was just what, so nice, handsome, you just decided you're gonna have sex with him on the first night?
All of the above, plus all the added alcohol and, you know.
That'll do it. Blame it on the alcohol. All right, so, Mr. Turman, did you believe after you had the first date and first sexual encounter with Miss Sanchez that you all were exclusive?
So I felt that we were exclusive, but me and her had two different ideas of what talking is. To me, talking is...
What does talking even mean? I talk to a lot of people. What does that mean? That means nothing to me. We had no ground rules.
That's where a lot of the trust issues came in, because I'm thinking one way, she's thinking another way. And I showed my friends pictures of her because I'm hyped. I'm like, she beautiful, she matched with me, we met. And so I showed them pictures and they send me a video like, yo, isn't this the girl you're talking to? She's at a bar giving somebody else her number, it looks like.
Nope.
So it just started to form like issues
Nope.
with trust. If she slept with me the first night that we met, then I mean, she probably could have slept with him the first night.
Did you bring it up? Did you say, oh, I saw you give your information to this guy?
Yeah, I did, and she kept the same attitude, like...
Because how could I know it's wrong if we're just talking? I didn't feel guilty about that.
Well, she's being honest. You were on direct dial and she was on the party line.
Right. Then there's another situation where I'm out with my friends and another guy who I've just seen around, I don't really know him personally, he stops me and he's like, hey man, are you talking to Gabby? And he goes, you should be careful, man. I heard she messes with a lot of dudes. And I'm like,
What?
that's strange to me because that's how we met. We did mess around on Tinder. So that looks like true information for him to randomly come up to me and tell me that.
There were people that I was swiping through, matching with, and having conversations with.
So how many conversations did you have open when you were with Mr. Turman?
Exactly.
We were just talking.
Okay. So I'm right, you was on the party line and you had stopped swiping.
Yes.
And you was on automatic swipe. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Did you ever get any physical evidence that Miss Sanchez was with someone else?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. So we went to the grocery store. And we came back. So I go to the trunk to get the groceries or whatever, and I find men's boxers in the trunk. Now, I know for sure these aren't mine. I'm like, whose are these? These are not mine.
What?
So,
Jerome, I don't even know if I want to
That's
see
what
that
happened.
evidence, though. You want to go get it?
They wash it? Yeah, I'll get it.
Ooh! You know I'm a germaphobe. Put it on this pen. Exhibit A. Men's boxers. Miss Sanchez, how did these men's boxer shorts get in your trunk?
Okay, because I had done laundry at my family member's house. I have male family members, and that's a lie because there was more than just one thing of boxers. There was socks in there. There was all kinds of random stuff
I
in there.
didn't see it.
I'm sure you didn't.
But a whole pair of men's boxer shorts is the one thing in your trunk out of all the laundry?
That's an unfortunate coincidence. But that's
Gotcha.
exactly what happened. That's it. That's it.
And then after all this, you find out you're pregnant.
Not exactly that way. He took me to Vegas for my birthday. And on that trip is when we had sex again, unprotected. And I know for a fact that I conceived October 20th. That's my birthday. So that.
In Vegas on October 20th.
But I have proof that October 15th, a friend of mine, Mr. Stevenson, seen her at a bar talking to somebody else, and I have
What?
this statement right here.
Let me see that evidence, Jerome. And you believe that Jordan could have been conceived on this night.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
This statement says, so my friend Joel back around October showed me a girl he met and was starting to talk to on Tinder back when I was in California. But like mid-October, I was at a bar, club, and I saw her there talking to another guy, feeling on him. I recorded it and sent him the snap of her giving her number to him, and that's the statement from your friend.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that date was what?
October 15th, and I believe that could have been the conception date.
It looks bad. It looks bad. I get that. I understand that.
Well, the only way to figure that out, let me grab my conception calculator and see what's going on here. When is Jordan's birthday?
His birthday is July 9th.
Birthday, July 9th, 2018. And then I'll press calculate. Sex likely between October 15th and October 21st, 2017.
Exactly, the date my friend seen her at the bar talking to the guy. So I think it's possible that she went home with that guy and like me and her had sex on the first night, could have been the same situation.
I never slept with that person. Never.
So how is this doubt eating away at you? Jordan is 8 months old, beautiful baby. You're supposed to be happy and buying little toys and tickling feet, and how is this doubt eating away at you?
I mean, I'm doing all those things like you said, but a lot of the arguments that we have come from this situation. So it just causes a lot of fights between us, and it causes us not to be able to move forward with our relationship. And then there was another situation where I was going to go out with my friend. She didn't want me to. I went out anyways. The next day, we had a talk, and she was upset, and she was like, well, you don't need to come to the hospital because he's not yours. We're good.
What?
Yeah, she's like, we're good. We don't need you. Don't come to the hospital. He's not yours.
Miss Sanchez, after all that, you ring that bell?
I know the things that get under his skin, and in those moments of tension, and I'm trying to hurt him, I'm trying to upset him, I know exactly what to say that's gonna upset him, and I knew that would be the number one thing. That's not right, nor was it true, but that's what I said.
But Miss Sanchez, I mean, come on now. You've stood here and testified how desperately you want your child to have a life you didn't have. Now you got this man getting videos of you. You admittedly is still on Tinder, having open conversation with folks and meeting folks because you didn't think you were exclusive. You got boxers in your trunk, and now you admittedly say you aren't the father, this child isn't yours. How do you think you could overcome all of that doubt? You really just put the needle on the haystack with that.
Since then, you know, I've been consistent. He signed the birth certificate. He was there through the pregnancy. Never again did I mention anything like that because that was a mistake and because that's not true, so.
Well, you meant to say it because you meant to hurt him. I mean, I'm just thinking as a woman who could think of ways that you could hurt someone you're dating. You could hurt him a lot of other ways, with a lot of other words, then the baby isn't yours.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Turman, have you prepared yourself? Have you really prepared yourself either way? This is a beautiful baby, 8 months, you say you're involved, you're on the birth certificate. With all of this, you still marched your little self in there and signed that birth certificate.
I did. You know, I want a family. I want that whole lifestyle. I love her. But if he's not mine, I just don't see myself moving forward, not having that trust in our situation.
But see, what I don't understand is you got all these principles, but yet you didn't understand that you have no business signing a birth certificate if you're not gonna marry the girl and you're not gonna be a family if it's not your biological child. Because now he's your you're the legal father. You on the birth certificate. So you might not have the family, but you're gonna have the financial obligation of that child support. I think I've heard enough testimony. Jerome, I'm ready for the results. Ms. Sanchez, you look nervous.
No, I'm excited.
Ms. Sanchez, I have to say, I've heard a lot of these cases, and most times when a young woman is standing here and has this many coincidences, there's something that she hasn't told the court, and there's something she hasn't also told her partner. Before I open these results, is there something you just want to come clean about, lay on the line, and just admit to so that it's done and you can start to try to establish the trust Mr. Turman says is a prerequisite to the marriage? Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, ma'am.
Okay. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Turman versus Sanchez, when it comes to 9-month-old Jordan Turman, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Turman, you are the father.
Yes.
You are the father. That is your son.
That's amazing. That's important to me because, like I said, our love is amazing. What we've grown to become is nothing like we started. So this is just allowing us to keep moving forward.
Miss Pringle, Pringle, you open this case against Mr. Brown because you say he denies fathering your 18-month-old daughter, Tatiana. You state he has acted like she doesn't exist since the day she was born. You want Mr. Brown to step up after today's results? Prove he is the father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, you claim Miss Pringle is a known cheater who fathered the child in question with another man. You insist there is no way you are her daughter's father and have medical evidence to prove your case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Pringle, you say Mr. Brown is denying your baby?
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
He says that she's not his because I have cheated before and it was just an accident. But I have sat down and I told him that the mistake was a mistake and I haven't done it since then. And I don't think he should put that against her.
And so I can see in your eyes that you feel really badly.
Yes.
That this mistake is basically costing your daughter the opportunity to have a father in her life.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you tell the court what that feels like? I see the tears in your eyes.
It hurts really bad because I have to raise her on my own. And no child should go through that.
Can you look at Mr. Brown and tell him how much this hurts?
It hurts really bad that you're denying my daughter. She looks for you every day, and she says daddy every day, but you're nowhere around to help me raise her. She's probably like, where's my daddy? Nobody cares about me but my mother.
The reason why I feel like that because the time she was saying, like the situation she cheated on me, always a cheater will be a cheater. So
you feel traumatized
yes,
by catching her.
yes.
How did you find out she was cheating?
She always get anonymous phone calls leaving out the room, instead of sitting there talking to me like if she was talking to a family member.
Okay, so take me back to how you cheated.
I met someone on a dating site. We made out, and that's what happened.
So it was just something casual.
Yes.
All right. So take me to the moment you found out you were pregnant or realized you were pregnant.
I went to a free clinic, and I took the test, and they said that it was 4 weeks and 3 days.
Pregnant?
Yes.
And then you called Mr. Brown?
Yes, and I told him I was pregnant. He was happy, and we were together for like 2 months, and we broke up.
And so he was happy, but for 2 months?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown, you were only happy for 2 months?
We didn't have sex at the time, like the conceiving time that she got pregnant. But we was broken up.
At the conception time, you didn't have sex then?
No.
Okay.
I don't know where he got his information from, but there's nobody but him.
But after he confirmed you were cheating and you admitted to it, then you start getting phone calls where you got to leave the room. That doesn't feel too good. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't, look, okay, let me break this down. After you've been cheated on, all your red flags, all your senses are up. Spidey sense is on overdrive. So every time you got a call and then you had to leave the room to talk, look, truth be told, even if it was a family member and you had to leave the room and talk, I'd have been like, oh, you can't talk to your family member in front of me? You hear that, Jerome?
Can't
That's what I would have
bell,
said
right?
to you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That is, something isn't computing, especially after infidelity in a relationship.
Yes.
Let's talk about the type of relationship Mr. Brown has with Tatiana. Were you there when Tatiana was born, Mr. Brown?
No.
Did you participate at all in any of the doctor's appointments and go?
Just one.
Just one?
Yes.
You didn't come to the birth?
No.
So I guess you didn't sign the birth certificate either.
I signed it because I felt like she needed a father because I didn't have a father figure at the time either in my life, so I wanted to give her a feeling like she has a dad to depend on.
Did you have doubts when you did that?
Yes, but I felt kind of bad because I don't want a child to go through the same thing I went through.
All right. There's a lot going on here. Well, this is a first in this courtroom. You say you both have medical evidence that proves your case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Pringle, you say you have medical evidence that proves Mr. Brown is Tatiana's biological father. And Mr. Brown, you say you have medical evidence that proves there is no way you can be Tatiana's biological father. I want to start with Ms. Pringle. Okay. Can you tell me about your medical evidence that says that Mr. Brown is, in fact, her biological father?
Yes, Your Honor. She's lactose intolerant, so is he, and other family members in his family is lactose intolerant. I'm not. And because she has the same hairline as him, and she also does this squat that he does.
Squat?
Yeah, she does it all the time.
What is the squat?
Like when I'm fixing on something.
Let me see.
I can do that.
Jerome, now, if you can do that squat,
Which one?
let's do, we don't.
Can we do it out here?
Let me prove this case here.
Oh.
Now, Jerome, if you can do this squat,
Okay.
that would then help Mr. Brown's case that it may not be hereditary. Can you squat? Can you do it? Go back there, right? Oh. Go right there. Jerome, now can you squat down there like that?
Exactly how.
Oh, shoot. And then. I gotta laugh to keep from crying. It's not the same though. It's not the same squat. You gotta be even on both legs. Uh-oh, Jerome,
Gotta have a gun belt on.
Oh, okay, your gun belt is holding you back. Okay. So, thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
For your demonstration. Jerome, I don't even know why we gave the DNA test. We got all the answers.
There it is.
The baby
There it
squats.
is. Yeah.
He squats.
Case closed.
Case closed. Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying, y'all. Okay. So, Mr. Brown, I want to hear about your medical evidence. And I want it to be a little bit better than Ms. Pringle's.
Okay, my medical evidence, I have asthma, and it runs down in the family. My other significant kid has asthma.
Your other kid has asthma?
Yes.
How many other children you have?
I have several.
How many?
I would have had 8.
Wait a minute. What? What do you mean you would have had 8? So Tatiana would be your 8th kid?
Yes.
And all your kids have asthma, but Tatiana doesn't?
Yes.
That's a lie. The other 2 kids don't look nothing like him. He only denies mine.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on, why are you running around here making all these children?
No reason.
That's what that is. That's a significant amount of kids. What is going on? You have a job?
Yes.
Can you take care of all these kids?
Not really, Your Honor.
I know you can't. 27 years old with almost 7, maybe 8 kids. That's not good. It's not good for the kids at all. It's not good for them mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. It's just not, it's not smart. I try to tell you men out here, I'm telling you, and the mothers too. You think these kids don't grow up? When they get about 7, 8, 9, 10, you think they don't know their daddy's raggedy? Or their mother? Well, I mean, you don't think they know that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I've said my piece. I know one thing, people always come in here with medical evidence, and I have to check it with the expert. So I want to hear more about medical evidence relating to asthma and kids being lactose intolerant. Jerome, will you please escort Dr. Jamila Gator into the courtroom? I've got some questions for her. Hello, Dr. Gator.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here with us. So, Ms. Pringle has presented in her case that she believes that Mr. Brown is her daughter's biological father because Mr. Brown is lactose intolerant and her daughter is lactose intolerant, and there are people in his family who are also lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Can you explain to the court whether this is something that is passed down? Is it hereditary? How do you become lactose intolerant?
Okay, that's a great question, actually. So when you're lactose intolerant, your body doesn't produce an enzyme called lactase, and lactase is what breaks down the milk. So actually, lactose intolerance in some ethnicities is very common, but it typically develops starting at age 5 through adulthood. Your body stops making the enzyme, you can't digest milk anymore. And in the case where it develops where a child is born lactose intolerant, so from the time they're a baby, they can't digest the formula, they can't digest the milk, that is genetically inherited and requires one gene from each parent for that child to be born lactose intolerant.
That is really fascinating, because you hear a lot of people talk about that and you don't really know, okay, well, where does this come from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, understood. Now, I want to go to Mr. Brown's evidence. Mr. Brown says he believes he cannot be Miss Pringle's daughter's biological father because he has 7 other children and they all have asthma, and he has asthma, but Tatiana does not have asthma. Is asthma something that you pass down in that way? So that if a child doesn't have it, that's an indicator that the man is not the biological father?
So asthma is a bit more tricky. Asthma is involved with both genes passed down and the environment. Environmental triggers like pollution and things like that. So if your parent has asthma, the child is 2 to 3 more times likely to develop the asthma, but it's not guaranteed because there's so many other factors that go into developing asthma.
Very informative, Dr. Gator. I really appreciate that. I will let you get back to your work. I know you are very busy taking care of patients. Thank you so much. You may be excused. Jerome, will you please escort Dr. Gator?
Okay.
Good to go out this side. Go out this way. Watch your step.
What we've determined from the doctor's testimony is none of this is conclusive. So we are basically right back where we started from, the beginning of this case, where you believe Mr. Brown is the biological father of Tatiana, and Mr. Brown, you believe you are not. Ms. Pringle, I want you to take a moment and look at Mr. Brown. And if in fact he is Tatiana's biological father, I want you to take a moment and tell him what you want and what you need from him, because you've been with Tatiana by yourself for 18 months.
I want you to help me financially, emotionally, and physically to be there for her and show her what a guy shouldn't do to her when she grows up. You have to be there and teach her all these things.
All right, I think the only thing left to do is get the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Pringle versus Brown, when it comes to 18-month-old Tatiana Pringle, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Brown, you are the father.
Sorry for not being there for my child. I will help you financially, so you don't have to worry anymore. I'll be in my daughter's life.
That's your beautiful little girl, Mr. Brown. When you look at her and see how beautiful and special and innocent she is, can you imagine a man promising to be there for her and then just leaving her out in the cold? Can you imagine that? That's who you've been. That's the thing you can't imagine another man doing to her, you've done. And you got to start making up for that right now. It's important.